Alright folks, just wanted to take a few minutes to do a video about EDC or everyday carry. Not showing what I carry, but just a kind of little talk about EDC and what it means and what's behind it and just stuff. And so I'm like everybody else. I like to watch EDC videos on YouTube. I like to see what people are carrying and how they configure their kits and what's on their person and what's in their bag and what's in their car and what's at their desk or workstation or whatever. Because I think at the end of the day, most of us are gear junkies that like to have gear that we carry around and realistically probably don't really need. And I don't know if that's going to get anybody worked up or upset or anything like that. But when you think about it, there's certain things that the EDC type people consider mandatory, and that's you need a cutting tool, you need a combustion tool, you need cordage, you need some sort of cover like jacket, hat, gloves, something like that, and then you need some sort of like a container or something. I should have put this out. Something to put your water in, or to purify water. And when you think about it, I'm old. I'm an old man. I'm in my 40s, and I've never had to purify water in an emergency, and I've never had to build a fire. Like I've never been in a position where I'm like, oh damn, I need to build a fire so I can purify water because shit has gone wrong. I have been in situations and scenarios where I've had to cut something, or where I've had to use a flashlight, or I needed a battery because my flashlight was dead, or I had to use a multi-tool to fix a problem, or I needed to carry some string and I had to use that to fix a shoelace in a boot, or I had to tie something on, or tie my trunk shut because there's a carpet sticking out. That kind of stuff. And it makes sense. And I also get that regionally or geographically there's certain things that would drive your EDC. Like if you lived in Alaska, you probably need to carry hats, gloves, mittens, boots, wool socks. And if you live in Southern California, you probably got to carry sunscreen. So there's certain different things that you need to carry. But I was thinking back, I actually watched a video from a pretty popular YouTuber that I will let go nameless. And he was showing his EDC kit. And he was making an assertion that he carries this EDC bag on him all day, every day, 24/7. And I don't believe that. I think that your EDC is what is on your person. So when you're going to the bathroom, or you're checking the mail, or you're driving up to 7-Eleven to get a Slurpee, the things that are immediately on your body are your EDC. If you get out of your car and you leave your bag in your car to go into a building, into work, into the store, into the doctor's office, and you don't take that bag, that's not your EDC any longer. That is gear that you keep close by just in case you need it. And that's okay. I do that. And I do have a work bag that's an EDC bag, as I call it, and I take it with me to most meetings and most of the day, but when I go to the bathroom, it doesn't go with me. And there's been plenty of times where I've left the building and left the bag in my office, and it doesn't go with me. So I consider my EDC what I have on my body. And what's funny is that I think that there's a big concept of redundancy, and people are always like, 2 is 1 and 1 is none, and I definitely subscribe to that, and I carry 2 knives because I think that knives are the most important thing. Some cases I carry 2 flashlights, not always. I usually have the flashlight on me and one near me. It's either in the bag, it's in the car, it's in my house on the kitchen counter, and that kind of stuff. But the reason I wanted to mention is you start to see some of these EDC videos where guys have a duty gun inside their waistband and another gun strapped to their foot, and I get it. I mean, if you're in a scenario where it's dangerous and you think you're going to be in a shootout, maybe you do need 2 guns. And then you'll see people carrying 3 or 4 magazines, and I even saw one video where a guy EDCs 100 rounds of ammunition. I mean, some of these guys are more equipped than the military fighting ISIS. But I get it. And then you'll see videos where guys are EDCing multiple large tactical folders, like 2 of these. And I've done it. I mean, I've carried a couple of knives like that on me, but these days, depending upon what I'm doing, maybe it's a neck knife, a fixed blade, maybe a belt knife that's a fixed blade, tactical folder, and then some sort of utility knife like a sack or a multi-tool or something like that. And then this one other thing that made me laugh pretty good is that, the popular YouTuber, I want to get back to him, I was watching his video, and in his EDC bag that he carries around, He actually had 2 stoves, like 2 of those ember lit stoves or bush boxes, for redundancy purposes. And so I called him out. I said, "Hey, what are you doing carrying two titanium stoves around with you?" And I got the standard response back that my kit is my kit. It's not your kit. And I guess the point of this video is really, I made another video about internet experts, and a lot of people say, "Hey, I want to have a cool EDC. I want to have a good EDC. I want to be prepared for the things that life may throw at me." And so they go away and watch videos so they can learn about it. And then you have these, again, self-established experts are like, you need to carry 2 stoves so you can have redundancy. And that just seems nuts. I've never, ever even heard of any scenario where somebody needed to have 2 stoves. I was watching another video by another guy, and he was showing his EDC bag, and this thing looked like it weighed 40 pounds. And as he was going through his bag, he was talking about water purification and how it was important. And he had Sawyer filter, he had a life straw, he had some other sort of similar design filter that I've never heard of. He had probably 4 bottles of iodine tablets. In addition to that, he had like a billy pot and a titanium stove kit, like a bush box, where he could boil to purify water. He was like, "No, your EDC, you're going to need multiple ways. You may need to purify water for a group of people." And people take the redundancy thing, I think, a little bit too far. I'm not saying it's not a good idea to have some sort of car kit, some sort of emergency kit, some sort of get-home bag, in case you do have to get home or walk home, or there is some sort of natural disaster or man-made catastrophe, and you need certain tools, technologies, and things to get you home safe to your family. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe we've taken the EDC thing a little bit too far. Maybe people are starting to become so over-prepared that they're under-prepared. Like these, what are they called? The Altoid I can't speak. The Altoid tin kits. And, I think they're cool. I have one. Built a little survival kit. There is nothing in that would really support or sustain survivability by any stretch of the imagination, because the kit is too small. It's not useful. I mean, matches may be the only thing in there that legitimately could really help you out in a true survival scenario. I'm not talking about, hey, I've got a sewing kit in my oh damn, the phone's ringing. I'm not talking about something like a sewing kit that's in a small something or other. I'm talking about, like, hey, you're stranded, you're in a car, it's wintertime, and you're going to freeze to death, and you're not going to live off of an Altoids kit. Anyhow, just some rambling. I just thought I'd throw it out there and see if there's any other thoughts or opinions. Thanks, everybody.